Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation!
These ones can run rings around us.
Take this!
More with that fear. Pierce evil.
Eternal devastation!
Gale force.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
More corruption.
Eternal devastation!
Back into the fray.
Eternal the flame inside me! Yearns to be let free!
Storm.
Ignite!
Back into the fray.
Eternal devastation!
Astral energy. Full throttle. Go.
Soaring light spear!
Thunder field.
No further.
Start up!
I'm on a roll.
Try harder!
Healing
This
sound
one's all
machine.
mine! Start up!
Need to pull myself together.
Lunar pieces! Attack us!
More for the stockpile.
Can you take it?
Heavy throw.
You!
More where that came from. Do it.
Human lag!
Get toasty.
Burn strike!
Let the marksman
Eternal
photon flash. That'll bring you down. Raging cascade.
Severing wind!
Dance of the wind. Feel the fray. I'll be
Eternal
saving
devastation!
I'm ready!
Crossblade. Get toasty.
Burn strike!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Let's see what you've got. In a vine?
Carve now through all.
Ready to go!
First aid.
Far enough!
I owe you one. Time to cross blade!
Dance of the wind. Feel.
Ignite!
More for the stockpile.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Raging storm. More
Eternal
with
devastation!
Can you take it?
Go get it down.
Armor won't save you!
Here's
Nail drive!
Eternal devastation!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Lightning! Downfall!
Eternal devastation!
Not on my watch!
Eternal devastation!
Lightning!
No further!
Crush!
Raging cascade!
Eternal devastation! Not today! Eternal devastation! Crush!
Burning strike!
Negative dick!
You're mine! No escape!
Carve through armor!
Glacial
We're
steel!
gonna give you a pump!
Air thrust!
Bloody hell! Charge like that could easily be fatal. Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Shining supernova!
Wind!
Raging
Denied!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Eternal devastation! Wind!
Healing circle!
Subject! Eternal devastation!
Can't get out of this!
Crush!
Need to pull myself together.
Burn it hell! Eternal devastation!
Raging burn!
Severing wind!
More where that came from!
Showtime!
Slow
Now you see what I can do! Begin! Take this!
Severing distance! Eternal devastation!
Regeneration!
Severing wind! Soaring light spear!
Don't suffer in
Not in
silence.
your dreams!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Crush!
Raging storm!
Regenerate! I'm sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me.
Soaring light spear!
That helps.
Gale force!
Showtime!
Condemned! Thunderblade!
Now you see what I can
Heal
do!
the plasma
Nothing
blast
gets
magic.
by me!
Holy lunar corruption!
I'll face you!
Lunar blast!
Eternal devastation!
Catapult!
Soaring light spear!
Do it! Dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Engaging! Lightning! Shining supernova!
Eternal devastation!
Raging cascade! I can't let the hatred consume me!
For my lord!
Regeneration!
Ignite!
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
In pain.
I owe you one.
I'm ready! All yours, Kisara!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and totally to me.
Here goes! Lunar corruption!
Dreams.
My flames will roar!
Far enough.
Eternal devastation! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art!
Crush!
Regenerate.
Don't suffer in sight.
Ignite! We're not finished! Eternal devastation!
Burning
Crush!
crush!
Eternal devastation!
They
Do
smite
it!
black and
It's
gray.
down. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Card now! Sleep now!
Stardust!
I'll be saving this one! The sky is mine! Damn it! Sleep now! I never miss! I'll be saving this one!
Resonate with
Here
the
I
earth.
go! Tempest World! Split!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Hi, Hoodle!
In a bind.
Lunar corruption!
Eternal devastation! Win!
Is it too late to talk over our differences?
Slash!
Heal. Ready and ready.
Not today!
Reflect on thy sin. They smite with black and flame.
Art sealed! Confiscated!
Damn it! Eternal devastation!
In your death.
Crush!
With
Eternal
natural energy!
devastation!
Where was that came from? Dopaline!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Citizen!
Soaring light spear!
Purified
I owe you hold nothing back! Crush! Win! Soaring light spear!
Dance in the wind! Seal! Remove!
Severing wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Sparkling stars!
No further.
Rain down and purify!
Catapult.
Eternal devastation!
Take this. Now you see what I can do.
Win!
Got you in here!
Soaring light spear!
Done! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! I can feel my power growing!
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is some
Coming
through.
chargers to me.
Raging Cascade!
Not today!
Radiant Flood! Here!
Where are you going?
Dance in the wind! I think I'll pass out the healing art!
Can't get out of this.
Eternal devastation! Crush!
Lunar blast!
Win!
Back into the fray!
Soaring light!
Take this. Armor won't save you.
Illuminate the sky on my watch!
You're meant to be let free!
Carve now through all! Lightning! In here!
Eternal
Where was
devastation!
the stockpile? Here!
Eternal
Supernova!
torrent! Win!
More with that came from!
Crush! Take this!
Prepare to be sealed. Take this.
Eternal
Lightning orb!
devastation!
Raging cascade!
Eternal devastation! Crush!
More for the stockpile!
Severing wind!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Thunder field!
Armor won't save you.
Water! Hear my more where that came from!
Eternal devastation!
Raging cascade!
Leave the target.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I will heal you all! Lightning condemns! Thunder healing!
Being interrupted.
Thanks, Kisara!
Eternal devastation! You picked the wrong fight!
Here's the healing!
Crush!
Seal! Freeze Lancer!
I owe you one!
More for the stockpile!
Struck!
This one's mine!
Eternal devastation!
Chinese
No
supernova!
Crush!
I'll clear my wall! Stars of light!
I'll
Rain
smash
down
you.
and purify
Ignite!
Cloud magic! There!
Shut up!
Into the shadow! I can do this all
Soaring light spear!
Mega ray! Feel! Annihilation!
Time to let it rip! Severing wing! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lunar blast! Lightning ray! More Mega ray!
Eternal devastation!
Heal! Another incantation ruin.
Eternal devastation!
Anything in order is going on. The tempest and
Crush you!
in a bind.
I owe you one.
No dog shall break this
Do
noose.
it!
Law. Hey! Blow them away!
We're still standing. Barely.
Gotta break through! Eternal devastation! The flame inside me! Here! To be let free!
I'm in your debt.
Not today!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Tearing
you apart.
This one's mine!
Bloody
Where are you going?
Flash! Try this!
Raging Cascade! Reload!
Flash! Swallow
Shield!
blade!
Ready! Reload!
Swallow blade! Try this!
I'm out of ammo!
Infernal torrent!
Watch him!
Swallow blade!
Annihilation! Radiant blood! More where that came from!
I'm nearly done for.
Radiant light!
Wind!
Here!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine.
Eternal devastation!
Of regeneration.
Try this!
Stay!
Eternal
Air thrust!
devastation!
Light astral energy!
Wind!
Into the shadow!
Leave the charges to
Light
me.
astral energy! Back into the front! Illuminating the dark! Mega force! Holy quiver! Holy lamp!
Eternal devastation! Eat this!
And you can't get out of this.
Eternal devastation! Crush!
Annihilation!
Do it.
Eternal devastation!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
If it's in the sky, lightning arm!
Eternal devastation!
Where are you going? Thunder blade! Illuminate magic is there! I'll heal
Eternal
you then!
devastation!
Healing puzzle!
Elusive deity.
Back into the illuminate the dark! Here goes!
Slash! Slash! Try this!
Glacial spear!
Infernal
Here
torrent!
goes! Raging storm!
Now or never.
Eternal devastation! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Dance in the wind!
Soaring light! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Lord of the sky!
Can't get out of this.
Burning flame! Too much to handle?
I can carve through armor.
Dance in the wind!
Do it!
Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
We can really make weapons with this?
Out of our way!
Bring him down! Eternal devastation!
Freeze lifter!
They really don't give up, do they?
Eternal devastation!
Photon radiant here!
Eternal devastation!
That's my cue!
Eternal devastation! Shut him down! Swallow blade!
Take this.
Where's the healing arm?
Eternal devastation!
In here!
Try this!
Pull my
Eternal torrent! Eternal devastation!
Support.
Annihilation!
Severing wing!
Leave the charges to me.
That'll bring you down!
Soaring light spear!
Blow 'em down.
Eternal devastation!
In a bind.
Crush!
Here! The flames will burn!
Thank you.
Burning!
Burn!
Dance in the wind!
Armor won't save you! I'm ready! All yours, Kisara! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Let them not sin! They smite the black and gray!
Eternal devastation!
Take this!
You're mine! I'm not done!
No further!
Eternal
Shine!
devastation!
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Don't suffer in silence! I'll grind you into dust! Ready and ready! Far enough!
Ignite!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here, let me help.
Eternal devastation!
I can carve through armor!
Feel, more for the stockpile. Raging cascade!
No further!
Here goes! Here, let me help.
Eternal devastation!
Just what
That took more energy than I expected.
Coming through!
Severing wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing heart!
Eternal devastation!
Raging cascade! In here!
It's on! Not today!
Illuminate the dark! Magic advance! Holy fire support!
Inferno Torrent! You're mine!
Can't be
Resonate with the save you!
Denied!
Release!
Stand in the way!
Bring you up!
Ah!
Crush!
Severing wind!
Illuminate the
Soaring
dark!
lightning!
Holy land!
Wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Crush!
This one's mine!
Eternal devastation! Eat dirt! I owe you one.
Demon Rider! Holy land!
Radiant light! Down! Regeneration! Regenerate!
You're mine!
Being interrupted!
Just wait!
Eternal devastation!
In a bind!
Crush!
Here, let me help!
Eternal devastation! Try harder! Eternal devastation!
Midwell! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Shot! Radiant light!
I'm only getting
Regeneration! Regenerate! Allow me to help you!
Pierce the evil!
Not today!
Suffer in silence!
Severing wind!
Deity! Rotating pile top!
Eternal devastation!
I'm ready!
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Here's a healing heart! Burning!
Eternal devastation!
In the wind! Air support!
Wind!
My exploits are bearing fruit. This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Faria?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to invoke evils like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zooglings, then we get some answers. Aim for the weak
Flame of
spot!
Holy Land!
That'll bring you down.
Can't move!
Here
Don't
goes!
leave me!
Not in your dreams! Here goes!
Resonate with the earth! See what I can do!
Here's in the dance in the wind!
Not
Air
gonna
drop!
beat you apart! Wind!
Light astrolite!
Magic!
Thunder
Swallow blade!
You get the dance like a
Inferno
light!
torrent! Swallow blade!
Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
Wind!
Raging storm!
Turning light spear!
Here, let me help.
First
I
aid!
owe you one.
Sleep now! I'll be saving
Ignite!
this one! Annihilation!
Elusive deity!
Save you!
Here! Tempest Wall!
Turning light spear!
Let me help! First aid!
Eternal devastation! Crush!
Photon
Wind!
Raging cascade!
Take this! Strike! No
Charge
escape!
like that can easily be fatal.
In here!
Just as well, I'm here to
Lunar
stop.
corruption!
Severing wind!
Lunar blast! Back into the fray!
Take this!
Annihilation!
Elusive deity!
Where are you going? Illuminate the blah 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 magic! Here goes! Here's a healing art!
Far enough. Better if you don't get up.
Holy land!
Not today!
Take it!
Need to pull myself together.
Wind!
Elusive deity!
Rotating
Crossfire!
Lightning!
Eternal devastation! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Raging cascade!
Start up!
First aid! Sleep now! Lower the stockpile! Mega ray!
Severing wind!
I couldn't make it in time.
Blah blah blah! Air thrust! Split! Like extra blah blah blah! Here's Unicorn! You get the jail! Bring you back now! Just a bit! More for the stockpile! Resuscitation!
In a vine?
Not done yet! Try harder!
Hebrew! Blah blah blah! Magic! Crossblade!
Eternal
Radiant
devastation!
blood! Here!
I can carve through
Sora! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
I'll heal you all!
Sora!
Lightning Orb! Healing Illuminate the dark! Cut
Sorry,
Deny! Holy Light! Lunar Corruption! I'm all
Negative
stopped up!
gate!
Another
Here comes the big one!
Bloody howling! Illuminate bring you down!
Burn it! Negative gate! Win!
Here, let me help!
Now or never. No further! Soaring Light Spear! Stardust!
Now you see what I can do!
Take it! Not in your dreams! Here I go!
Captivity!
Lightning Orb! Radiant! Here!
Eternal Devastation!
Radiant light!
Cross of
Lunar
regeneration!
Corruption!
Severing Wing!
Regenerate! Resonate with the earth!
Eternal Devastation! Stay away from my friend!
Imbue this vanquished soul with light!
Here I come!
Kill from beyond! Imbue this... Vanquished soul with light! Resuscitation! Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! From beyond! Imbue this vanquished soul with light! Allow me to help you! Resuscitation!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Not done yet!
More for
Win!
the top! Here! Flame of fury!
In a vine!
Burning steel! War with pierce evil! Illuminate the
Radiant
cloud!
light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Annihilation! Searing flame!
Eternal Devastation!
Radiant pierce evil! I'm ready!
Shine! Can't move! Forgive me. My fault.
No more playing nice!
Regenerate!
All won't save you!
Don't suffer in silence from beyond. Imbue this vanquished soul
My
with
astral energy! Back into
from
the
beyond.
fray! Illuminate
Imbue
the
this
dark!
vanquished
Come
soul
forth,
with love.
holy burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Regeneration! Regenerate! Another incantation
Hear
ruined.
my call!
Don't suffer in this.
Glacial spear! I'm almost impressed! It's weakened!
This ends now!
Heal!
Burn!
Radiant spear!
Severing Wing! Soaring Light Spear!
Radiant spear! Illuminate the dark! Magic is there!
Take this!
I can carve through all.
Holy Light!
Blue Escape!
It's about to strike!
Soaring Lightning! Look sharp, everyone!
Let me help! First aid!
Captivity!
Crush!
Catapult! Photon
Soaring
flash!
Light Spear!
Burning strike! Glacial spear!
In a vine!
Eternal Devastation! Crush!
Shine! Radiant light!
Where
Force
you
of
go?
regeneration!
Meteor storm!
Burn in hell!
Regenerate! Nothing gets by me!
Lunar corruption!
Win!
Arts of being interrupted!
Don't give up!
I'll smash you!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! More where that came from! Here I won't give up!
Not done yet!
Ready to go!
Severing Wing! Soaring Light Spear! Severing Wing! Soaring Light Spear!
Illuminate the dark!
Not done! Soaring Light Spear!
Begin!
First aid!
Eternal Devastation!
Photon flash!
Severing Wing!
I'll face you.
Soaring
Now!
Light River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning! The arts she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalie!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her.
Shion, please. Can you treat...
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up.
We're not even supposed to be in here.
In that case,
I'll take her off your hand.
You?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of... I overheard what you said about Tarnigan.
and you believed me?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, though. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand. As for Faria, it's always the
You don't seriously blame yourself.
Somebody got to her. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't...
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole mess.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only...
You can't atone. I know it hurts to hear. Forgiveness,
So I just forget the harm?
No, the opposite. Not for those already passed.
For those...
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others.
That's what living's all about. Punishing yourself for the past?
Only fixing the problem in it.
That's right. You have...
Don't...
Shion,
Huh?
thank you.
Glad.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question...
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet.
Brainwashed her up.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us.
There's no question. That attack was meant...
By someone capable of getting in...
What is it, Rinwell?
Yeah, it's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was set...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there are...
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing.
So, Everything we just saw,
That's right.
that power flowing into her.
Maybe my thorns are made from that same
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right?
Correct.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for.
I don't know.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too. I don't know, should we really be getting...
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us.
Shion's right, and I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going...
I'm sorry about what...
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens, I'm determined to...
That vision we saw. It was as if it...
What do you make of it?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something.
Well, it could be supernatural.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's power.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy...
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway?
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years.
The strength of their intent... Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like...
The laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am,
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but
Strange doesn't cover it. Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this.
did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one true ruler who That is what we believed this place to be. No, but now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. A composite being capable of controlling Dan and the creation of a governing central figure. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made...
What about the Sovereign?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized...
What is it?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown It's all lies. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler.
But even supposing that's true...
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. Only 2 Sovereigns. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? Was there really no other way?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but
If that were to happen, then
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now. Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Elfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Elfin.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from... Naori was the one who put that mask on me. And made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain. As a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years. This is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory?
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. All in the name of a ceremony. A sovereign. They linked Elfin's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power that day. As Maiden, my role was to temper his power.
Linked to Lenegis itself?
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. I did what I could, but it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out, with the destructive force now slumbering inside of me. I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it, especially since that power was astral energy. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost. And Alfin, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too.
Wait, you can't—
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorn, Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but...
No, it isn't! You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we
Yeah!
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The Thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friend, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself. And is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still...
Yeah, it's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you.
Good. I'll keep on fighting until our future is finally in our...
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break...
You inherited that legacy.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding...
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman and...
After everything we've been through to get here,
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for...
Go for it, Alpha.
This is it, guys.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
Yeah, you're right.
Except the Danon Astral Energy...
in a portion of the city reserved purely for the...
Maybe he just has strange...
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles.
Hold up, decadence?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme...
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in the machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't... are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Swallow blade! Shine! Radiant light!
Win!
Go on! Radiant cascade! Here's the evil!
No arts of being
Here!
interrupted.
More for the stockpile! The magic is on!
Ruin!
Too much to handle? Healing!
You picked the wrong fight! Stay away from my friend!
Illuminate the top! Come forward! Holy land!
Eternal devastation!
Burning crush!
Too much!
Laser spear! Here's the evil! Dance in the wind! Freeze laser! One astral lightning condense!
I owe you one.
Blah, 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 that's it!
Anything in order is all mine!
Eternal devastation! The flame
never
inside me
miss.
yearns to be let free! Not today! Severing wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art!
Now you see what I can do!
Radiant dance!
I owe you one. Now Stardust!
Jamming flame of fury!
Swallow blade!
With the
Raging cascade!
you are far enough!
Spread!
Soaring
Like you can't get out of this!
Air thrust! Arch field! Not on my watch! Radiant blast!
It's on!
Demon lash!
Dance in the wind!
Soaring blast!
Easter!
First aid
Tornado
field!
drive!
Wind!
More
Can you
for the
take it?
stockpile!
Soaring light spear!
Production!
Does it hurt?
Lightning
I'll
orb!
grind you into
More
dust!
Severing
production
wind!
drops! Dance
Soaring
in the
light
wind!
spear!
Sleep now.
Severing wind!
On your knees!
Soaring light!
Light astral energy! More
Eternal
production drops!
devastation!
Dance in the wind!
Anything in armor is all
Now
mine!
here, let me help!
I can carve through armor!
First aid!
Crush! Eternal
I'll grind you
devastation!
into dust!
Searing flame! Reload!
Crush!
This helps me!
You require a hand.
Take this!
Healing
In a bind?
Crush!
Sorry to come.
I owe you one.
Ready to go! This one's mine! Sleep now!
Catapult!
Here's a healing arc!
Eternal devastation! Burn in hell!
Safe! Just Shining supernova! Arc field! Blood on my watch!
Severing wind! Soaring light spear!
Armor won't save you!
Steering! I'll reload!
I'll grind you into
Eternal
dust!
devastation!
Elusive deity!
Wind astral energy!
No! Can't end here!
Don't leave me!
In a bind?
Seal! I'll be saving this one! Resuscitation!
Everlasting darkness!
Raging
Negate
storm!
your
Here's evil!
Wind!
They smite the dragon blade! Slash! Execution! Rending you apart!
Swallow blade! I owe you!
Here I go! It's over! Radiant spear!
Elusive
Thunder
deity!
field! Here's a healing arc!
Me!
Ow!
Begin!
Raging cascade!
It's showtime!
You're mine!
Great stage!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Here's a healing arc!
This one's all mine!
Swallow
blade!
Rain down and
Burn in hell!
No dawn shall break this night!
Where are you going?
Soaring blast! Now we'll never
Eternal devastation!
In here!
In a bind?
Eternal devastation!
Arc field!
Glacial
More
spear.
where that pierce evil!
carried away!
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil!
Swallow blade!
Freeze
Try
lancer!
this! Infernal torrent!
Raging
Here I come!
storm!
Wind!
Chronotox field!
Soaring light spear!
Mega ray! Slow annihilation! Here's a healing arc! Lightning
devastation!
condemned!
Begin!
Thunderblade!
Take this!
Illumine! Holy thunder!
There!
Shine!
No!
Radiant light!
Can't end here!
I couldn't make it in time.
Denied! I'll bring you illuminated
Through warmer!
Come forth, holy glimmer! Resuscitation! Will this help?
Not done yet!
What?
Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation!
On your knees!
Back into the fray!
Take this!
Eternal
Annihilation!
devastation!
That'll bring you down!
You're mine!
I'll be
I'll
saving
grind you into
Burn in
dust!
hell!
Here's
Soda!
a healing arc! Arch shield! More where that came from!
Thanks! On your Swallow blade!
Go down!
Try this! Infernal torrent!
Is this it? Forgive me.
Here,
Let
This
me
is
help!
my
Light
fault.
astral energy!
Anything in armor is
natural defenses are fading. I'm a... Sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never.
Carve through armor! Slap! Heal!
Gale force!
Infernal torrent!
Dance in the wind!
This vanquished soul with
Air thrust! Light astral
Soaring light spear!
I'll be saving
Eternal
this one!
devastation!
of regeneration!
Sparkling star! Rain down!
You're mine!
Suffer in silence!
Lunar corruption!
I'm not done!
Lunar blast! Watson has
Here I come!
More where that came from! Swallow
Soda!
No further!
Lunar corruption!
Take this!
Violent
No dawn shall break this night! Eagle
Soaring
ray!
light spear!
Slot tempted!
Infernal torrent! Wind!
I can carve through armor! Shine! Radiant
Soaring
light!
light!
Force of regeneration!
Soda!
Regenerate!
I'm only getting started!
Eternal
Allow me to help
devastation!
Annihilation!
Crush!
No dawn shall break this night!
Where are you going?
Eternal devastation! Try harder! The flame inside me!
Magic is up!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here's a healing arc!
Eternal devastation!
On your knees!
I'll be saving this
Eternal devastation!
Where would that came from?
I have no limits! Take this! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine! Radiant light!
I owe you one!
Lightning
Take
condemned!
this!
Lunar corruption!
Can't get out of this!
Severing
Illuminated
wind!
blah blah blah!
Soaring light!
Shine! Radiant light!
I'm only
Force of
getting started!
regeneration!
Annihilation!
Regenerate!
Soaring light spear!
Burning strike!
Eternal
take this
devastation! Crush!
Freeze raging cascade!
Eternal devastation!
This help field!
Wind!
Coming saving this one!
Blood! Rending you apart!
Take this!
Bloody howling!
Pull myself together. Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
Burn! Shine! Radiant light!
Ready to go!
Regenerate!
Focus! Illuminate the blah, blah, blah. Holy Land!
Eternal Domain!
Out of the woods.
Glacial
Radiant
Spear.
Rare!
Here's
Shine!
evil.
Radiant light!
Freeze like Regenerate.
Will this help?
Eat dirt now.
Severing wind!
This one's mine.
Demon wrath!
Now we're never.
Rage
Severing wind!
Blessing.
Take this!
Lunar corruption. In here. Lunar blast. More for the stockpile. Blah, blah, blah.
You picked the wrong
Now,
fight!
let me help. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Illuminate the
Severing
dark.
wind!
Magic is in. Holy.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's...
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana.
Then we're agreed.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He's... seemed to care... not one whit about Brennans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way, like...
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually...
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon.
So what were they then?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone...
How about you, Shion?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the red woman we've seen with Volron...
I had just so much I wanted to ask them.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance.
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.